guys, it's week 2 of our Marc's physics blog, where you guys can ask him questions and he'll answer them, hopefully. So last week we posted a video of us asking you guys to post questions. We got I think 42 questions in total, which is awesome, guys. Thank you so much. And we've picked 4 that we're going to talk to today. So Marc, just getting right into it. So this one's from Kid Muscle, his name is. It says there's a legend that says the NFS Underground, so the original Underground, that city map is based on Motor City. Is that true or not?
So, the team that made Motor City was based in Seattle.
Yeah.
The team that made Underground was obviously the original Black Box down in Burrard and Vancouver. So, highly unlikely that was true. 2 independent teams. I believe there's only the executive producer that came over. And basically, Underground was built basically from scratch. The whole game was like, it went through a lot of pre-pro, a lot of conceptual work with design, tracks, cars, upgrade system. That was the game that blew it out of the box for us.
Yeah.
It's put us back on the map and set a new trend in racing. So that one is, I would say, a legend.
A legend.
Yeah.
I think I agree with that, because definitely 2 different teams.
2 different teams, completely separate. I was there for a lot of the concept work on that, and that was from ground up. It was a fresh idea.
That's right when I got into the NFS series, so I missed out. That's a little bit before my time. So another question from Kid Muscle, again about Underground 1.
Yeah.
So in NFS Underground, there's a way to perform wheelies using rear-wheel drive cars. Is this a glitch of planned physics, or is it a secret?
That's an interesting one. That's a bit of a long answer. So long of the short.
I'm gonna just talk up so the crowd can hear.
For sure, for sure. Yeah. Long of the short of that one is it was actually logged as a bug. We weren't planning on doing wheelies, but because there was stiff suspension, lots of grip, lots of horsepower, certain cars with a high center of gravity would do wheelies. We ended up shipping it because it was kind of cool. It wasn't really planned, but it was just a byproduct of what the physics were doing.
Yeah.
It wasn't until Underground 2 where people were doing the hydraulics and exploiting that with NOS and getting and the reason that happens is CG goes up, people hit the
NOS and it sticks,
lots of
right?
power and it just puts it up.
Yeah.
It wasn't until Pro Street until we actually developed wheelie physics into the drag mode.
So it was a glitch, but then we turned it into a feature.
It was just it was kind of cool, so we left it. It looked awesome.
Okay, so this one is from Bread C1L. He says, "What is the real name for the underground city? At the airport, it says it's what does it say? Kindiak,
Yeah.
Kindiak City, but some of the guys are telling me it's Olympic City.
It's Olympic City.
It is Olympic City.
Yeah, it's the other one was a rumor, but Olympic City is officially what we shipped with.
Cool. Last question. Oh, this one's from a guy called Danny 2010, so 20010,
Okay.
and he asks, what's going on with controller support in the NFS world?
So controller support, exciting to hear that we're obviously most Need for Speeds we support wheels, controllers. So obviously we're doing that this year. It leads into another question. It was Kazirius.
Kazirius did ask the same sort of question.
Give him a shout out.
Yeah, big shout out. We saw your video. We posted it up on needforspeed.com.
Awesome.
That's awesome, buddy. Love to see it. Keep them coming. We'll keep posting them.
Super loyal fan. So I wanted to kind of lean into his questions as well. So his question was, are we tuning on the keyboard exclusively? How does that work with this question with controller support? So we are. This is we're basically extensively tuning on keyboard, but we're also supporting controllers. We already have the 360 controller working perfect. So
yeah. So John was on a podcast a while back, and he was saying that there's that the Xbox 360 controllers work.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah. It's in. It's shippable already. Well, as we're tuning the physics, basically we're tuning it. It's the first game that it's online only. So we're actually, since Motor City, basically we're developing it purely online. So it's keyboard. Kind of reminds you of the old D-pad kind of feel, tap tap, old school, right? Plus works on the new school with the controller. So we're basically tuning it all across the board. In the future, the wheels will come in. We'll work with companies, such as Logitech and all that to
We've always been working with Logitech. They're good people to work
with. We've had a good relationship, so there's no reason we won't. That's going to come in the future. With a game like Need for Speed World, it has such long legs. It's going to be a game that's every 3 months, 4 months, years, it's going to have a lot of new development. So we're going to be supporting this one for a long time. So, as we roll out into launch, you're going to see a certain amount of features, and slowly we're going to be adding and adding. So kind of answers both questions. So yes, controller support across the board, not probably all at once, but through time. Game is going to be first tuned on the keyboard, which makes it feel kind of cool and old school in its own little way.
Yeah.
And
it drives really well already. You know, like we've been playing it quite a bit. So.
And I think the other question on that one was, there was a question about carbon and most wanted and how we were. So basically, the answer to that one is, it's a touchy one. We're still tuning the physics. We're getting, through all our betas, we're getting the feedback of what our fans love. Our fans are they're loving the underground days, the tight physics, the stiff, the very good sense of speed. A little bit drifty when you tap the e-brake. So we're looking at all that. We're trying to incorporate a little bit of everything into it. And going on a PC-only game, tuning on the keyboard, it's a fine line between. Obviously, we're not going to simulation. Obviously, not going to arcade. It's going to be a kind of a mixture. Need for Speed's always had that accessibility, but believable.
Yes.
And so we're keeping that in mind as tuning it. So it's an open-ended question. We're getting feedback from the fans. We want to see what you guys feel as well. I love the earlier days as well, like from the underground, most wanted days, carbon. I really liked how those cars handled. So I'm trying to squeak a little bit of that in there.
Yeah, I was especially a big fan of underground when it first came out. That just blew my mind. That's so much fun.
Well, one more little tip or hint or whatever you guys call it. That game was tuned on the PS2. I tuned that game in complete D-pad and tuned it in manual, to be honest.
Really?
So the game was tuned in manual because I came in from a race car driving standpoint.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, developers, we want you to spend a week basically turned into almost 9-10 years of working with the franchise. But tune in, all I knew was race car driving. So stiff, I tuned it super stiff, low CG, manual mode, D-pad, quick adjustments. So it worked.
Wicked.
People loved it.
Nice. So we're gonna keep doing this blog, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We got a uproar of questions. We love it. It feels cool to get back to the fans and be open dialogue. There's hide nothing. Whatever you guys want to know, we'll try to answer. We answered a bit more than 4 or 5 this week because we got carried away.
Yeah, we did a little bit.
But we'll try to stick to about 5 a week. Coming in and little things you guys want to know, let us know, and we'll rock it.
So what we did is we all the calm questions that were posted on the YouTube video and in the blog last week, we've got them in. We put a nice little Word doc together, all the questions. But everybody, when we post this blog, feel free to post your questions on either the YouTube page, so youtube.com/NeedForSpeed, or the blog page. We're hearing all your guys' questions. We're selecting a few out of them every week, just because we're pretty limited on time, and you don't want to watch a 10-minute video, so we're only going to do it a little bit. So send us your questions, submit them in the comments or on YouTube, and we'll get to them. So
all right,
thanks, guys.
See you next week.
Thanks, Marc.
Okay.
Cheers.